guys, Fly Girl VSG here, coming in to you with my week 10 vertical sleeve gastrectomy post-op update. Let's just start with the stats, same as usual. I started this journey at 301.2. That's when I started my 2-week pre-op diet. I weighed in day of surgery at 291.8. I weighed in last week at 249.6. I weighed in this week at 248.4 for a loss this week of 1.2 for a total loss of 52.8 pounds. So it was a lot less week, but it seems like it's every other week. So I'm losing, it seems like on average, about 2.5 pounds a week, which is totally not that crazy. You know, I think that's awesome. But it seems like I lose like 3 or 4 pounds one week and then 1.5 pounds the next week. It's fine. Whatever. I'll take it. I thought today I would talk about kind of like a day in the life of what I'm eating and how much and things I'm struggling with. So I'm just going to kind of go down. I wrote some ideas of like things that I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, things like that, and then like things that I'm having more difficulty with. So for breakfast, I usually have one of two things. Sorry, I'm like moving a lot. I'm standing, so I tend to shift. Anyway, for breakfast, I tend to have a protein shake. I will show you next week because I was going to do food finds next week, but I tend to do the GNC Amplified 60 chocolate for my protein shakes in the morning. I have 1.5 scoops, 1.5 scoops. 1 scoop is 20 grams of protein, 1.5 scoops is 30. And I put that in with a teaspoon of instant decaf coffee and a cup, if it's 1 scoop, or 10 ounces of, if it's 1.5 scoop, of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. And I shake that up in my little thing, and it's amazing. I love it. It's definitely better than the vanilla Amplified 60. I hate that. I have a whole bag of it. I detest it. I have not made a smoothie with that. I have not made a smoothie with any vanilla protein powder that I actually like. So that's that. So I tend to go towards the chocolate. Sometimes I have a Premier protein shake, but it is more calories. It's the same amount of protein. So, I mean, if I'm on the go, then it's easy. But I've also been lately having turkey salad for breakfast because I am not opposed to having lunch or dinner items for breakfast. I'm not an eggs and bacon. Like, I can eat whatever for breakfast. I don't really care. I'm not a breakfast person, but I always eat breakfast. But it's not like I care about it that much. It's not the meal that I care about. So, chicken salad or turkey salad has a lot of bang for your buck in terms of protein. So, like, I thought I was going out of town last weekend, but got snowed in here in Portland. So, when I was thinking I was going out of town, I pulled out a bunch of leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. And I was like, this will be great. I can just pull on bites of turkey all weekend. I'll be totally high in protein. But I didn't end up going. So I ended up making some turkey salad with it. And I did not realize this, but like a half a cup of turkey salad is, or half a cup of turkey basically, is like 41 grams of protein. It's crazy. So it takes me about an hour to eat a half a cup of turkey salad, but I do it and I love it. And I just make it with a little bit of mayonnaise, and a little bit of Greek yogurt, and then the second batch of and salt and pepper and garlic powder and paprika. But the second batch of turkey salad I made, I also added a little bit of sunflower seeds and a little bit of chia seeds, because chia seeds pack some protein in a little bit and are super good for your digestive health. So, yeah, and then the sunflower seeds just adds a little nutty, salty flavor, so I really dig it. So I'm almost out of that, and my chicken salad I usually make with grapes and apples and mayonnaise and yogurt. I don't like the yogurt so much in the chicken salad, but I do it anyway just to replace more protein and replace some of the mayonnaise. So that's what I have for breakfast. Sometimes I don't get to breakfast until 9 o'clock, so if I don't eat breakfast until a little later, then I don't necessarily have a mid-morning snack. If I have breakfast at like 7:30 or 8, then I tend to have a mid-morning snack. And that can be like a hard-boiled egg with a little bit of salt, or a mini Baby Bell light cheese. Love them. Oh my god, so good. I know I'm saying a lot. Sorry. Let's see what else. So for lunch, though, I usually have like whatever's left over. I don't usually make something special for lunch. you know, I've been cooking a lot. So for lunch the last couple weeks, it's been leftover tilapia fish tacos, which I don't have in a tortilla. I just eat by themselves with a little bit of light sour cream. And let's see, I made some chocolate crock pot chicken mole. So I'll have that by itself with a couple tortilla chips and a little bit of light sour cream and maybe a little, like a quarter cup of avocado. I'm noticing that I'm putting more in my dish than I can eat. And sometimes I push through it and eat it even if it takes me longer. And I really am like, well, that's going to go into what I'm struggling with. But I'm trying to send myself the message of like, respect the sleeve, respect the sleeve. Because the sleeve tells me when I'm done. Like, it's this great thing. Like, I never imagined that this would be the tool that it is. It's fantastic. And if you listen to it, that's all you really need. And I have not been listening to it the last week. Like, I've definitely... I'll get there. Let me finish what I'm talking about. So, let's see, that's lunch. Or sometimes I'll have, like, this tortilla roll-up. So, I bought these low-carb, low-calorie tortillas. They're, like, whole grain or 9-grain and chia seed tortillas. And I wrap it up with, like, 2 ounces of organic lunch meat and a little bit of, like, the light Laughing Cow triangles or some hummus. And then a little bit of, like, lettuce. And I just roll it up, and then I've learned that eating one of those is difficult. I have done it, but what I pretty much do is I make it, and I eat half of it for lunch, and I eat half of it as a mid-afternoon snack. So that works out great, especially when I'm on the go. I can make it in the morning. I can take half of it wrapped in plastic wrap in the car if I need to eat something at like 11:30, but I have an appointment at 12. Then I come back at like 2 and finish the rest of it. And then for dinner, I've just been cooking stuff. So, like, I should really be eating out of my freezer because I have so much food. But this week, my boyfriend was home, so I cooked for him. So I made the chicken mole. I made the tilapia tacos. We went out to dinner twice. We went and had pho, which I'll get to in a minute again. I'm sorry for the anticipation I keep sending you guys. Pho, and then we went and had last night, we had sushi. So, and then for mid-afternoon snack, I sometimes, again, well, it's the same thing. A mini Baby Bell cheese, string cheese, hard-boiled egg. Sometimes if I'm low on protein, I'll just bite the bullet or hadn't eaten that much for lunch and have a Premier chocolate shake from Costco because it's a lot of protein for the calories. And then for late-night snacks, you know, because I usually eat 4 to 6 times a day. I usually have 1 square of super dark chocolate. And when I say dark chocolate, I like the Endangered Species brand. And I'll talk about this next week, too, because I'm talking about food finds. But I like the Endangered Species 88%, or Lintz, I don't know, whatever, 90%, which is really bitter, but I love it. And 1 square of that's like 28 calories. So it's not a big deal. I get a little sweet, and I can really suck on it, and it's really, really good. So that's pretty much a day in the life of me, what I'm eating right now. My sleeve can really only eat a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of food. I keep forgetting that. And so I keep serving myself up a cup of food, like a full serving size. And sometimes I just spend an hour and a half and eat it. And I don't know if that's good or bad, because sometimes I really do need the protein. Like, I really can't afford to not eat it. But, because I'm really struggling the last couple weeks in making my protein goals. And I think part of that is the food choices, because I'm really my snacking this week has been out of control. And I think on an emotional level, I'm the week before my time of the month. So I might just be having some crazy cravings. I've also had some stuff in my life that is not bad, but it is stressful. So, I don't really want to go into it too much right now. Maybe I'll talk about it another time, but it's not bad stuff. It's good stuff, I think, but it's really stressful, and I'm freaking out about it. So sometimes even good things are still change, and change is, you know, hard. So I could be doing some emotional eating. What I'm not doing is taking a moment to say to myself, what am I really feeling right now that I need to eat this? So, for example, today, just now, a couple hours ago, I had written down, I always do my MyFitnessPal is how I track my calories, just to make sure that I'm in check. Not necessarily to be like rigid about it, but just to make sure that I'm in line, my protein goals are met, all that stuff. It just helps me stay a little bit accountable. I lost my thought. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. I'm so distracted today. I'm so sorry. I keep saying I'm super. I don't know what is wrong with me actually. I think I need caffeine. What was I saying? Oh my god. This is so much pressure. Okay, today, what I ate for lunch. So I was going to have leftover chicken mole and a couple tortilla chips and a little bit of light sour cream for lunch. And I learned the last time I had chicken mole, I served myself probably a little over half a cup, and I could only eat half. So I was going to have a quarter cup and a tablespoon of light sour cream and like 5 tortilla chips and just use it as basically like a dip. And what did I do instead? What did I do? I had 2 ounces of chips that was mixed together. So some of it was potato chips and some of it was tortilla chips. And I had this disgusting dill Dijon dip that my boyfriend has brought home. What is that noise? Anyway, sorry. God, I'm so distracted. I apologize. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. So I had that for lunch. I mean, what the fuck? Basically like 300 calories of empty calories, where I was going to have 150 calories in my 5 tortilla chips, my chicken mole, and my light sour cream. The snacking is out of control. And of course, I didn't feel good because every time I eat potato chips, like I can eat 2 potato chips, but if I eat like 6 potato chips, I have a stomach ache. Like it doesn't settle well. And what the fuck? Seriously, pardon my language. This is not a family-friendly channel. I don't know. I think I'm stressed. I think I'm nervous. I think I have some anxiety. I think it's PMSing. I definitely eat worse when Kent is home. I don't know why. I don't know why. I have to ponder that a little bit. I mean, we went out to sushi last night and I had 4 bites of a sushi roll. I had a little bit of poke salad. I had a little bit of salmon kama, which is basically like grilled salmon cheek. Oh, fuck, it was so good. But you know what? That's a lot of effing food. And I made it to, we went to a brew pub 3 blocks away. We walked, felt a little better. I had 2 sips of beer because he got a taster at this new brew pub on Mississippi Ave. And I've not had carbonation at all since surgery. So it's been 10 weeks since I had anything carbonated. On top of a very full stomach, threw it all up. And by the way, that's the 3rd time in the last week that I've thrown up from being either eating too fast or eating too much. So, and then my stomach is sensitive. So, and then now we're going to the coast this weekend, and I'm totally having wine. It's Valentine's Day. We're celebrating a lot of stuff. Like, we are celebrating a whole new chapter in our lives, both together and for him professionally. So I'm going to live it up a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to come home and just try to reframe. I did go to a weightlifting class yesterday, which made me feel really good. I'm super sore today. I'm not super sore, less sore than I thought I would be, for sure. And I just, you know, I just got to reset, because this week's been really rough on eating. Like, I've thrown up a lot. I've eaten a bunch of empty calories, like the chips. Not a bunch. I mean, I still am eating within calories, and like I'm still in line and stuff, and I'm still exercising, but it doesn't feel right. My stomach hasn't been right. It's just not, I need to get back in check. I'm only 10 weeks into this. Like, if I'm already fucking up, like, what does that say? I know it's not, like, in the big scheme of things, this is not a diet, this is a lifestyle, and there's got to be room for error, there's got to be room for mistakes, there's got to be room for acceptance and self-care. But coming from a lifetime of dieting, it's hard to make that adjustment in one day. It's hard to be like, you know what? I can have 3 days where I have wine every day and waste 300 calories on wine. And you know what? It's all right. And if I lose a pound or sell out next week, it's okay. Like, I'm back on track. I'm not going into a binge headspace. I just gotta keep my snacking in check when I'm emotional. Like, I've got to sit down, and before I sit down with that bowl of chips and be like, yeah, that's a good lunch choice, then like, what am I feeling? Am I hungry, angry? You know, that whole thing. Tired. What are some emotional components to why I'm choosing this right now? And take the moment before I actually shovel it into my mouth, because the repercussions of that aren't good. I'm getting sick. I have stomach aches. I'm throwing up. I don't need that shit. Like, the proof is in the pudding. I lost 1.2 pounds this week. Hey, that's great. That's 1.2 pounds. But I bet it could have been 2. You know, it's not, I'm not holding on to the number, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely struggling this week. And I got to hold on to the day in the life of what I'm generally eating, and do that. So my struggle with eating out, I actually think I do pretty good because I'm with somebody and I'm talking. I talk less to Kent eating out than I do with friends, because when I'm with friends, we're catching up, and I spend a lot of time with Kent, so we're not necessarily like chatting the whole time. So eating out isn't a huge trigger for me, but for some reason, you know, he's a snacker. He's like the kind of person that can't eat 3 chips and put it away, or can't have 1 slice of cheese and put it away. I'm not that person, and I just have to remember that he's going to do his thing, and I just can't do that. Like, I can't eat like that. I cannot have 3 chips. Like, I mean, I can, and I do, but it's really hard. Like, I want 18 chips. So, you know, just continuing to work on that process. It's definitely an emotional journey. Overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with my sleep. I love it. I just got to listen to it, too. I don't want to be disrespecting the tool that I've given myself to make myself successful in this. So that's where I'm at, and thanks for listening, guys. I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day, with or without a significant other. Appreciate your friends, appreciate your lovers, appreciate your husbands, wives, significant others, partners, whatever. And have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. Keep it fly out there. Bye!